Jordan Heading will fit their new teams?
I think the Jordan Heading signing for Converge, I think it's gonna be big for them kasi kumbaga kung whatever happened during the PBA Governors Cup wherein they entered the quarterfinals only bowing out on the last game, which is game 5 against San Miguel. It speaks a lot about the potential of the team. Tama, di ba? San Miguel yung kalaban nila. They just lost game 5. So, for me, this is a team on the rise. And then, of course, yung Justin Baltasar, di ba? Maglalaro pa yan. Tatapusin lang kasi he's playing in the finals. So, he might not be able, most malamang, hindi siya maglalaro ng first couple of games ng Converge. And they'll possibly acclimate him sa lineup nila. So, for me, mabigat tong Converge this coming conference. Jordan Heading has a lot of international experience and I think that will kumbaga makakatulong yan sa kanya pagdating ng PBA. And of course, yung skill niya of shooting the ball well, shooting the 3-ball, which we have seen him make for a lot of times with his stint during a top Baldwin-led Gilas teams and with his international stints, saka yung sa Dubai, di ba? So, he's one of, he's a player that's counted on to make those 3-point shots. So, I think malaking bagay yan. Pero mahirap din talaga to compete against SMC and just to be real, I mean, nakita naman natin yung nangyari sa Rain or Shine. They were the number 1 team in their group that had Ginebra, San Miguel, but they still fell short sa semifinals. Muntik pa sila mag-sweep ng Tok Intex, which eventually became the champion team. Imagine yung Rain or Shine, they really want to win. Kita naman hindi naman sila nagbibigay ng mga players ng basta-basta lang. Even if they do, they exchange it with equal or better value. So I would put Converge on the same category as Rain or Shine na they're looking to win and they're finding ways to win. So when they made the trade to get Jordan Heading, kumbaga it's proof that hindi sila alleged farm team, di ba? They're one of the teams that really want to win. Ang problema lang, yung how can you compete with the MVP SMC teams that have teams drafting top picks every single year and eventually giving those teams those players, di ba? Dito sa PBA ka lang makakita nung champion team, meron silang top rookie kinabukasan. Yun yung, di ba, rookie of the year si Stephen Holt from PBA season 48, and then right now he's in Ginebra who just played in the championship game and a team that will contend for the upcoming conferences. So parang sa akin, ang hirap on the part of Converge. Yes, having Jordan Heading in Converge, it's gonna add, makakatulong yan talaga in getting them those wins and making, I guess, the team competitive. Pero it will be still hard to compete with the MVP SMC teams. Kasi may draft pick ka ako yung, example lang, Ginebra or Tok Intex. May draft pick na ako sa first round. May magbibigay pa sa akin ng draft pick na wala naman ako masyadong ibibigay na kapalit. So basically, you're having 2 picks in the first round. Nagigets mo ba yung, Paul? Parang, yun sa akin parang you're competing against 2 teams that have draft picks in the first round. So, mas mabilis sa kanilang mag-funnel ng talent, di ba? Lakas na ng lineup nila, ang bilis pa nila kumuha ng talent, di ba? So, medyo mahirap i-balance yung ganun. mahirap yung iba. Nagulat nga ako, binitawan ng terra firma si Jordan Heading. I don't know what happened there, what was said or what was discussed. That's something interesting na possibly may something Parang why would you give it up to Converge? There probably has something behind the scenes that happened that made Terra Firma give it away to Converge. Kasi Terra Firma is an alleged SMC farm team.
Why 76ers struggle this season?
Well, nung off-season, Paul George was a free agent. And I think he was one of the highly coveted free agents at the time. Unrestricted free agents. If not the top 3 or top free agent netong off-season. When I would have understood if he would have malaki yung pinirma niya nun And I think it was a money move for him to secure the bag. Alam ko malaki talaga yung contract na nakuha niya. And, diba, 50 million a year, that's pretty much at par with LeBron James. But alam naman natin, mas magaling si LeBron kay Paul George. But we're not saying that he's not talented. He's a great player when healthy. So sa akin, that was a big question mark for me. Parang everyone was saying na Philadelphia, contender na yan kasi they have a big 3 now with Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and Paul George. Ako actually, it was a win for the Clippers kasi I mean, better kung they could have sign and trade sila with Paul George. Kumbaga yung project nila with Kawhi and Paul George, yung tandem na yun, didn't work out. They didn't win a championship with those two. So, they could have signed and trade. Pero looking at Philadelphia, parang I was doubtful kasi okay, Maxey is most improved. He won most improved last year. And tama pa Paul. Most improved si Tyrese Maxey last year. But if you look at Paul George and Joel Embiid, those are guys that get injured a lot. So, nagtataka talaga ako, bakit parang I kind of felt na parang I don't think this would work. And paper-wise, solid. Kasi, di ba, parang Paul George yan tsaka Embiid, pag naglaro yan ng 82 games, naglaro yan ng playoffs, di na-injured yan, lakas yung Philadelphia. Pero, we're talking about real life In real life, and alam naman natin sa sports, sobrang common ng injuries. And you have two players that can play at a high level that get injured a lot. So, nung sinabi ko na sign and trade, parang I wasn't excited or parang, na-hype ako. I mean, I'm not, I still see Boston winning the championship this season. But I'm not a fan of Boston. I'm not rooting for them. But kumbaga, just coming from a logical standpoint, talagang lakas talaga ng Boston. So people were saying na parang, Philadelphia is gonna contend, in the East with Boston. Pero sa akin, sabi ko parang, I'd look at New York or maybe Indiana, pero I don't see Philadelphia. So whatever is happening right now, the 2-12, the worst record in the East, and I think in the NBA as well. This was what I expected. So I'm not surprised at all. And then na-call out pa si Joel Embiid. So parang I guess in a way, I've never been a fan of Joel Embiid. Although I guess the only time that I was rooting for them when si LeBron nasa Miami. Kasi I mean, di ako, di ba nabuo yung big 3 nila. So parang sana, tapos I think in LeBron's first season Miami tsaka ni Bosch, first year ni Joel Embiid maglaro nun So parang sa akin, I was rooting for him and Ben Simmons. And then, I still, if your top dog is Joel Embiid, you're not gonna win a championship. Sa akin, he can be a second option, third option in a championship team. if you're expecting him to carry your team to a championship, I don't think he's the first option. You can't win with him. So, sa akin, I don't know how they're gonna turn things around, pero mukhang nagkakaroon na ng internal issues sila, di ba? Yung with Tyrese Maxey. Kasi, dude, if you're the star player, you have to, in a way, everyone's expecting a lot of you, high expectations, tapos, i-half mo yung games mo, i-half mo yung isip, tapos, late ka pa sa practice, hindi ka na nga naglalaro, hindi mo na tinutulungan yung team mo, hinahayaan mo na lang, you're getting the paycheck, tapos, late ka pa sa practice, para, it's very disrespectful to your team. So, I guess yung moral medyo baba ngayon, and yun lang. And, you know, parang mali talaga. I think this might be the start of the downfall of Philadelphia.
What do you say Gilles game against New Zealand?
I'm just happy for, you know, Philippine basketball kasi, I mean, it's our number one sport. Diba? To begin with, ang baba, parang dumating na tayo sa point na ang baba na ng standard ng Philippine basketball, unlike yung before when, I guess, di pa tayo pinapanganak, Paul, na ang lakas ng Philippines noong time na yun. I think it was in the 50s, 60s. And now, you know, just more than, you know, going back a year ago, yung World Cup, diba? That was a disappointment. We were the host. We had Jordan Clarkson. We had, you know, a lot of talented players in our lineup na didn't get the job done. I mean, we're not expecting them to win you know, have a podium finish, but at least, diba, get those wins that we can win. And a lot of times talaga, it's either tatambakan tayo, we always fell short of the goal or the objective of you know, Gilas. And sa akin, this has been a long time coming. I guess this is proof na, you know, if you put the right people in leading this team, if you put the right people in, you know, they can make things happen. So, sa akin, this game is proof that the Asian Games gold medal, although wala yung Lebanon dun, wala yung, I think Japan's core lineup wasn't there also, but we went up against a stacked China team. Wala silang parang naturalized nun. Tapos may Jordan ka pa in the finals with RHJ. Natalo tayo nung eliminations nung time na yun. Tambak pa tayo nun, ha, di ba? So that Asian Games and the OQT, those weren't flukes. This game is proof of that. And ang laking bagay talaga having Coach Tim Cone in there. I guess that's the difference coaching makes. Yung pag-switch ng, syempre yung philosophy, yung the players that they want in their lineup. Saka I liked what they did, yung may 12 to 15 core players lang siya na ginagamit. Tapos para mahasa sa sistema. Kasi those players come from different systems in the pros. So sa akin, ang laking bagay nung ginawa nila. Like, let's focus, get the best players that will fit in the system. Not necessarily the most talented players, but the best players that will fit in this system of Coach Tim Cone. And, you know, let's execute and make it happen. So, those Asian Games and OQT games weren't flukes. That's why I yesterday sinabi ko mananalo yung Gilas Pilipinas, di ba? Although medyo kinabahan ako kasi umabol yung New Zealand. Grabe. Parang lumamang na tayo ng double digits nung third quarter, tapos nung fourth quarter, nung na-address na si Newsome, di ba? Lumamang na tayo 7. Tapos nakahabol pa, akala mo. Tapos nag-miss pa ng 2 free throw si Justin Brownlee. So parang akala ko matatalo pa. But, hindi ko confidently sinabi na 100%, but I had the feeling that we were gonna win this game. And number 2, yung doon sa mga nagsasabi na Justin Brownlee needs to be replaced as the Ginebra report, naalala mo yun? Paul, di ba, mga after nung talo nila sa TNT, sa finals, ito yung game to show that he is not yet done. Di ba? Ano yung stats niya doon? Tinitingnan ko ngayon, yung stats ni Justin Brownlee. Leading the way for us. 26 points, on 8 out of 13 shooting, 11 rebounds for assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 2 turnovers. Diba? Parang masyadong like they just base it on a series lang na masama. Pero tinignan ba nila yung laro nung mga kasama ni Justin Brownlee? Siyempre, kung ikaw na lang mag-isa doon, diba, inconsistency ng mga supporting cast niya during the finals, talagang diba? So, parang this is in your face to all the people that were asking Justin Brownlee to already be replaced by Ginebra. This is proof na hindi pa siya tapos and he can play at a high level, which yun lang pananaw ko eh. Nagkataon lang, sobrang dami niya kasing nilarong basketball this year. From the Feb window all the way to this November. Tapos ngayon And I think, hindi pa officially ina-announce, diba? Kasi parang sabi ni Coach Tim, give him time to think if he still wants to play in this upcoming PBA Commissioner's Cup. But this game, I think, seals it. He's gonna play in the Commissioner's Cup as the import of Ginebra's, Barangay Ginebra. That's for sure. And one of the things that I brought up yesterday dun sa SB Nation, sabi ko, was Scotty, I seen outside of the starting five that was contributing during the OKT, Fajardo, Ramos, Newsam, Kai Soto, and then si Justin Brownlee. Although si Kai, na-injury siya na second game eh. Parang one game lang siya na buo na nakalaro eh. So, we didn't get to see him a lot. Sabi ko, outside of those five, who will step up? And I think for this game, it was Scotty Thompson. Diba? Starting five, hindi si Newsam yung start ni Coach Tim. And then, he provided a lot of energy for us. He was defending the top scorer of New Zealand, which is si Webster. So, laking bagay. Nakita mo dito yung value of having a Scotty Thompson in your lineup na during the OKT 11-man lineup ka lang, wala kang Scotty Thompson. So, he really played doon. And nakita natin what we missed during the 3/4 of our game against Georgia and the full game against Brazil. What if we had Kai Soto on our lineup? I think outside of Justin Brownlee, next, I think, si Justin Brownlee kasi dino-double, di ba? So, Kai Soto, took advantage of the opportunity, almost a triple-double, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Diba? So, ang lakas ng tandem nila ni Justin Brownlee, laking bagay. Ang nawala sa minutes ngayon si Junmar Fajardo, hindi siya masyadong nakaro kasi ang bilis din ng New Zealand eh. Puro pick and roll, tapos puro So, I think, kaya hindi masyado nakalaro si Junmar, I think it was because of the pick and roll defense. If I'm not mistaken, that's a weakness of Junmar kasi magsuswitch yan eh. Or magkakaproblema how he's gonna go outside and challenge the 3-point shot or Wardenberg. Dami nun, parang yung mukha ni Kristaps Porzingis, parehas pa ng laro, di ba? May shooting sa labas. So yun, that was big for us. And for me, for all the Filipino fans out there, I think what will be interesting, it will be the Feb window. Because the Feb window next year, we will go up against New Zealand again. Kailan ba yan? Feb 23. Feb 23. That will be our next game against New Zealand. So that will be interesting. Kasi malakas tong New Zealand Malakas talaga to and we played really well against them tonight. The question is, will they send their top dogs come February? Because I don't think they would allow themselves na they'll send the same lineup in February. Tapos ito yung lineup natin. Lamang talaga tayo kung ito yung lineup na ipapadala nila. Wala yung sila Shea Ili, wala yung players nila that played in the Olympic qualifiers and the World Cup last year. And Shea Ili is their top player. So parang sa akin, they might send their top dogs up against us ng Feb 23. And what would be further interesting is, basically we're pretty much secured na for FIBA Asia Cup without a question. Even if we have lost to New Zealand twice netong game or Feb window, we're gonna beat Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong. So pretty much sealed naman na tayo But this was a big game because this is our proof of the growth and development of our team, of our national team, of our national program. So we're pretty much taking that next step, 'di ba? Pinakita na kasi if we lost this game, parang hindi pa ito yung top team ng top, kumbaga hindi ito yung pinakamalakas na team ng New Zealand, ah. And if we have lost this game, parang nabawasan, parang napigilan yung progress natin kasi tinalo na natin yung number 6 eh. Nakadikit na tayo sa Georgia, nakadikit na tayo sa Brazil. Those are top. At the same Georgia is at the same level of as New Zealand in terms of world rankings, pero Brazil was higher, di ba? So parang I was expecting us to win this game. And interesting talaga yung 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. How we will perform in that tournament. Kasi I think we've already proven na we can compete at this level. It's gonna be a different Philippine team come 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. Ang magiging ano na lang dyan is scout na talaga tayo ng mga teams. Kasi you're keeping it at a tight pool. That for me, that will be interesting to see. Kung when we go up against Japan, kasi that window kasi off season ng karamihan ng international leagues eh. 'Di ba? Sila Kawamura ba? Yung nasa Memphis, 'di ba? Si Kawamura maglalaro yan for sure sa FIBA Asia Cup for Japan. So sa akin yun yung magandang abangan is yung Feb against New Zealand, who are they gonna send against us, and the FIBA Asia Cup. China is rebuilding now, 'di ba? Yao Ming stepped down kasi hindi nag-perform yung national team. So it would be interesting to see yung mga tumalo sa atin nung mga nakaraang FIBA Asia Cup, and nakapag-qualify lang tayo ng World Cup kasi host tayo. Pero we weren't performing well during those Asia Cups, 'di ba? So exciting times for Gilas Pilipinas. Yun.
Thank you for watching.